Like so many of you, I'm excited and ready to decorate for Christmas, but there's something we need to talk about first, Thanksgiving. And today I'm gonna show you 3 of my favorite sides, easy, delicious, that you can have on your Thanksgiving table this year. Hey friends, welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen, and today we're going to talk about Thanksgiving sides. Now, sometimes if you're hosting Thanksgiving like I am, there's just a lot to think of, and typically you're going to make the same dish every year, or the same people bring the same dishes. That's the way it is in our house, and I kind of like it that way. But every now and then I like to find new recipes or something that maybe is a little less time consuming. So today we're gonna make 3 side dishes together. Now, 2 of these recipes are tried and true. We love them as a family. And then 1 is going to be brand new to us, but because we like something similar to this, I thought it would be fun to try something new this year. And I have a feeling that this one is going to end up on our Thanksgiving table this year as well. But first, I've got some breakfast cleanup to do. You guys know how it is when you're getting ready to use your kitchen. If you're like me, you gotta clean it first before you can get it dirty again. So that's what I'm about to do. Plus, I've got to run to the grocery store, unfortunately, because I realized that I was missing an ingredient from one of the dishes. And I don't have to stop in the middle of all these recipes to do that. So I'm gonna run out and take care of that. But let me tell you, we are going to make sweet potato casserole, corn casserole, which are the 2 family favorites, and then a brand new cranberry pretzel salad. It's kind of a take on the strawberry pretzel salad, if you're familiar with that. That is a recipe that my husband loves, so I'm hoping that he will like the cranberry version as well. And then tonight for dinner, since we're gonna be having this for our dinner tonight, I'm going to add a chicken dish to it, and you will see that in another video. There's a lot going on this week today. I feel like I am just doing so many things at the same time, but I wanted you guys to have these recipes because we are 3 weeks away, I think. Are we 3 weeks away or 2 weeks away? We're 3 weeks away from the big day. So it's time to start planning and getting things ready now. All right, first off, we're gonna start out with our cranberry pretzel salad. I've got my pretzel sticks measured out here and all of our ingredients ready. I thought it would be wise to start with this dish first because it needs to chill in the fridge so it will set and be ready for dinner tonight. So let's get started with our cranberry pretzel salad. All right, the first step in this cranberry pretzel salad is to get our pretzels crushed. Now I'm using about 6 cups of pretzel sticks. So just the bag of pretzel sticks you get at the grocery store. And then I'm gonna use a food processor today to get these crushed up. If you don't have a food processor, put them in a Ziploc bag and get a hammer and just take it out on these pretzels until you get them crushed up into fine pieces. But don't hurt yourself. All right, our next step is to add a 1/2 cup, or that's 1 stick of unsalted butter, 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. Just gonna mix this together. And this is what's going to form our crust that goes on the bottom of our 9 by 13 baking dish. I've already got that out and ready. You can either grease it or line it with parchment paper. I don't want to remove the whole thing, so I'm just going to grease it, and I think that'll be just fine. Now we're just gonna pour this into our baking dish, and you're just going to firmly press it into place. All right, now our recipe tells us to let this chill for about 30 minutes to an hour. So we're gonna do that. And And then while that is chilling, we're gonna make the next layer. All right, next we're going to combine an 8-ounce block of softened cream cheese, 1 cup of powdered sugar, and an 8-ounce tub of thawed whipped topping. And so I'm gonna get everything in this bowl, and then we're gonna use the help of our hand mixer to get it really nice and smooth, and it will be the next layer on our pretzel salad. Got our block of cream cheese that's softened, and then 1 cup of powdered sugar. And then we're gonna put our tub of whipped topping in. Now, I'm making a mess. I did go ahead and mix this up some just to give a head start to this so we wouldn't have so much of a mess, but you know, oh, one day maybe I'll be one of those aesthetic cooks that doesn't make a mess and everything looks so nice and clean. Now y'all know why I wear an apron. I wouldn't have anything to wear if I didn't. All right, geez. Okay, let me clean up a second. All right, let's really mix this together. All right, we've got our chilled crusty here. It's been doing its thing for about 40 minutes and it feels nice and firm. So now we're gonna take this whipped topping mixture and I'm just going to layer this right on top. Now guess what? We've got to chill this for another hour. So I'm gonna do that, move on to something else, and we'll be back to finish assembling our cranberry pretzel salad. I wonder how many times I'll be saying that today. All right, it's now time to get our Jell-O layer completed. So I'm gonna take 2 packets of raspberry Jell-O mix, and I'm not sure if you can substitute this for the strawberry. But we're gonna try it the way the recipe says, which is raspberry, and I know sometimes it's hard to find the raspberry. I did find it at our local grocery store food line, but like Aldi does not carry the raspberry. All right, so 2 packets of the Jell-O going in. Got our boiling water all measured out here. This is 1.5 cups. Let me get that mixed in. Now we're just going to give this a good stir, get all of that dissolved into our water, all that Jell-O dissolved. This is not a hard recipe, it's just a lot of steps involved in it, and so my suggestion would be to make this at least a day before you want to serve it. That way you can make sure it's set. And I didn't really think about that too much when I decided to make this, so I don't know if we'll get to enjoy it tonight with our other sides or not. Hopefully we will, but we'll have to wait and see if it sets. All right, now we're gonna get 2 cans of whole berry cranberry sauce into our mixture, and we're just gonna fold these in. But first, we gotta get them out of the can. Come on. That's what I was trying not to do. All right, we've got our cranberries folded in. Now, I would make a suggestion. If I had thought this through, I would empty those 2 cans of whole cranberry sauce into a separate bowl and get them out of that gelled log form because it would be a lot easier to incorporate this into your Jell-O mixture. But we did it. It dissolved, and then I just broke up the rest. That's all for that step. Second chilling is done. Let's get our cranberry mixture on top, and then back in the fridge this will go to continue its chilling process. And we're just going to pour this very carefully, and that's what I meant, evenly on top. I'll tell you, this is a splattery dish, and it likes to stain my countertops, so I'm gonna have to work quickly to get this up. All right, I think that's nice and even. I tell you, this is a gorgeous dish. Definitely great for the holidays. Would be beautiful on your table for Christmas also. All right, a lid goes back on. We're gonna put this in our refrigerator for 4 to 8 hours, it says, until it's completely set. I'm hoping, let's see, it's almost 2 o'clock now. I'm hoping that in 4 hours it will have set enough for us to enjoy it for dinner. If not, we will just take a look at it tomorrow, but let's just cross our fingers that this works out. All right, guys, the next dish I'm gonna show you is probably my favorite Thanksgiving side dish. And a lot of you will probably agree, and that is sweet potato casserole. I feel like my mom's recipe for sweet potato casserole is the absolute best in the world. That's just my opinion. And so that's the one that I always make every year. And this year, she's actually the one in charge of that for Thanksgiving, for our Thanksgiving. So I know it will be absolutely delicious because she will have made it. But the first thing is to get your sweet potatoes ready. Now you can use canned sweet potatoes. I just happen to have some sweet potatoes in the fridge that need to be used. So I went ahead and cooked those in our Instant Pot, and I will show you what they look like. We'll have to get those mashed up. You need about 3 cups of cooked sweet potato. So let's get started with that recipe. First thing we're gonna do is get all of our sweet potato ingredients into the bowl. And so here is our 3 cups of mashed sweet potatoes. Like I said, you can use fresh sweet potatoes, which are very readily available this time of year, or you can just go with the canned version. I have used both, and to me, it yields the same results. All right, so there's our sweet potatoes. Now we're gonna add in 1 cup of white sugar, and I've got a 1/4 of a cup scoop here. So 4 of these scoops, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, I'm gonna add 1 beaten egg. We just need a 1/2 stick of melted butter. I went ahead and melted the whole stick, so I'm just gonna try to put in 1/2, and then we'll reserve this for our topping here in just a minute. We need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm using our homemade vanilla. 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg and 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. I'm gonna mix this together, and then we'll add in about a 1/4 cup of milk. Now I have in my notes 1/4 cup of milk to 1/2 cup of milk, but I had written down that I thought less was better. So we're just going to add 1/4 cup of milk. You just use whatever milk you prefer. I have made this with almond milk before. So if you need to make it dairy-free, you can. Of course, you'd have to come up with a butter substitute as well. But any milk you have will work. All right, 1/4 cup of milk, and I think that's a 2% milk that I'm using. All right, doesn't that look so yummy? To me, Thanksgiving is just, you can't have Thanksgiving without sweet potatoes. Sweet potato casserole is even better. All right, into our prepared pan, which I've already greased, or prepared dish rather, and I'm really not sure of the measurements of this dish. All right, we're gonna set that to the side, and now we're gonna make our topping. All right, let's make our topping. We are going to need flour, brown sugar, melted butter, and 1 cup of chopped pecans. Now, let me tell you something about these pecans, however you say them. I bought this bag. This bag says it's 2 cups. I have measured out 1 cup out of this bag, and I barely have any covering the bottom. So y'all be careful with that. This was from Aldi. I don't know what's up with that, but I mean, I could basically, all right, let's just do it because I don't need this few left over. But look, that's the whole bag emptied out, and I just opened that bag. Let's just say it's 1 cup. It's 1 cup, not 2 cups. So pay attention to that if you're buying those for a recipe that calls for more than 1 cup. All right, now that we've got that out of the way, we're gonna need 1 cup of brown sugar. So that's 4 of these little scoops. cup of flour. A third of a cup of melted butter. And then we're gonna need our cup of chopped pecans. Gonna give this a little stir. Thought I need to use this, but I don't think so. I think I could just use whatever spoon or utensil to get it mixed together. I have been washing as I go today. So that's why you see me reusing a lot of these bowls and utensils, because I have been washing constantly so that I don't have so much work to do later. Because I'm gonna want to sit down at some point today. All right, that looks pretty good to me. Okay, now we're just gonna put this right on top of our sweet potato. Y'all, this is going to be so good. I'm super excited. It'll be like early Thanksgiving. Okay, that is done and ready to go into our oven. It's gonna bake at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. You could also make this ahead up to 2 days. Just make it to this point, wrap it up, pop it in your fridge, and then when you're ready to bake it, maybe pull it out about 30 minutes before so it can come to room temperature, and then bake for 30 minutes. So keep that in mind. You don't want to have to do everything the day of, and I love dishes that I can make ahead. I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but I polled the family before deciding to do this video to ask what their favorite Thanksgiving sides were. And this was the answer from 2 of them. And it is the last Thanksgiving side dish that I'm going to show you for today, and that is corn casserole. It's a big hit in our family. It's super easy and one that you might want to try this Thanksgiving. All right, the corn casserole is so easy. All you have to do is just dump everything in one bowl, put it into your prepared dish. I'm using an 8x8 square dish that I have already greased. And then you bake it, you pull it out, you add your cheese, you put it back in, and it is done. Simple ingredients, you're gonna love this one. So we're basically just putting all of our ingredients into a bowl. We've got a box of Jiffy cornbread mix, or Jiffy corn muffin mix, I think is the actual name. And then we're gonna do 1 can that hang on. We had a little chicken boil over there. I'm working on another recipe, like I said, that'll be coming in another video. Okay, back to our corn casserole. We are going to drain a can of whole kernel corn. That's going in. And then the second can is going to be cream style corn. You do not have to drain this because you want that liquid from the cream style corn there. All right, now you're gonna add your melted butter. And this is a 1/2 cup or 1 stick. And then our last ingredient going in is a cup of sour cream. This is an 8-ounce container, so we already know it's measured out for us. And then we're just gonna give this a good mix. Now, I don't know why it is, but here in the South, and yes, I do live in Virginia, but I live in the southern part of Virginia, and my husband is from North Carolina. So it is always tradition to have lots of casseroles at whatever event or gathering that we are part of. My parents pastor a church in our community, and they just had homecoming, and there were so many casseroles there at homecoming. And it's just, you know, sometimes you don't know what you're getting into until you get into it. But I love casseroles. My kids don't really care for casserole. They like to have their food separate, but they do like this one, and they do like the sweet potato casserole. So we won't have a problem tonight. All right, this is ready to go into a preheated 350-degree oven for 45 minutes. Then we'll take it out. We're going to top it with our shredded cheddar cheese, and then we'll pop it back into the oven probably for about 5 to 10 minutes, just until that cheese is melted on top, and then it'll be ready to enjoy. Y'all know it's hard to get a taste test around here, but let me just tell you, everybody absolutely enjoyed, as usual, the corn casserole, the sweet potato casserole. We were split on the cranberry pretzel salad. I loved it, Tim loved it, but the kids not so much, but I would definitely give that one a try again. All right, friends, well, that's gonna do it for today. I hope that you got a little bit of inspiration from this video. Maybe these are some dishes that you can try. I would love to know what you and your loved ones do for Thanksgiving dinner. So drop me a comment down below and let me know what your plans are. Like I said, we're hosting Thanksgiving this year, but I'm trying to make it really easy on myself and make sure that everyone is bringing sides, desserts, all that stuff. We're just taking care of the meats and the rolls this year. And really, that's enough. And then, of course, getting your house ready for everyone to come. So that's our plan for this year. But whatever you decide to do, I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. And remember, until next time, to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given, and I will see you all in the next one.